Today is the day everything changes on the road. If you drive a car, ride a motorcycle, or even sit behind the wheel of any vehicle, you need to stop whatever you are doing right now and pay very close attention to what I am about to tell you, because starting today, a new roundabout signal rule has officially come into effect. And if you make even one wrong move, you could be looking at 3 penalty points added straight to your driving license. And trust me, those 3 points can change your life in ways you have not even thought about yet. I know what some of you are thinking. You are thinking it is just a roundabout. I have been driving through roundabouts for years. I know what I am doing. But that is exactly the kind of thinking that is going to get people caught out today. Because this is not the same old rule you already know. This is a new, updated, strictly enforced regulation, and traffic officers across the country are already watching. Cameras are active, patrol cars are positioned, and the penalties are real. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to know exactly what the new rule says, exactly what you must do at every roundabout from today onwards, what mistakes will trigger those 3 penalty points, and how to protect your license, your insurance premium, and your freedom on the road. Let us start from the very beginning so that every single driver, whether you have been driving for 6 months or 30 years, is completely clear on what is happening. A roundabout, as you know, is a circular junction where traffic flows in one direction. The idea behind it is brilliant when used correctly. It keeps traffic moving, reduces the chance of head-on collisions, and when every driver signals properly, it creates a smooth, predictable flow that benefits everyone on the road. The key word there is signals properly, because that is the heart of this new rule, and that is where so many drivers have been getting it dangerously wrong for years. Under the new rule that starts today, signaling at roundabouts is no longer something you can choose to do or not do based on your own judgment. It is a legal requirement with clearly defined steps, and failure to follow those steps correctly will result in 3 penalty points on your license and a fine. No warnings, no second chances. The rule is in effect right now, and enforcement has already begun. So what exactly does the new rule require? Let me walk you through it clearly and slowly so there is zero confusion. When you approach a roundabout and you intend to take the first exit, meaning you are turning left, you must signal left as you approach. You keep that left signal on as you enter the roundabout, and you keep it on as you exit. Simple enough. But here is where people get confused. You must begin signaling before you reach the yield line, not after you enter. That timing matters. If you enter first and signal second, you have already broken the rule. When you intend to go straight ahead, meaning you are taking the second exit or whichever exit takes you straight through, you do not signal as you enter the roundabout. You enter without a signal. But, and this is critical, as you pass the exit before the one you intend to take, you must begin signaling left to indicate you are about to exit. Many drivers forget this second part entirely. They go through the roundabout and just drift out of it without any signal at all. Under the new rule, that is a violation. That is 3 points. When you intend to turn right or take an exit that is more than halfway around the roundabout, you must signal right as you approach and as you enter. You keep that right signal going while you travel around the inside of the roundabout. Then, as you pass the exit before your intended exit, you switch your signal to the left to show that you are about to leave the roundabout. Again, this switch must happen clearly and in good time. Hesitating, forgetting, or doing it too late are all violations under the new enforcement guidelines. Now let us talk about what happens if you get this wrong, because I want you to truly understand the weight of 3 penalty points. Most people think penalty points are a minor inconvenience. They are not. 3 penalty points sit on your license for 4 years. If you already have points from a previous offense, 3 more could push you towards disqualification. New drivers who have held their license for less than 2 years face an even harsher reality. For them, 6 points means their license is revoked automatically. That is not a suspension. That is a full revocation. They have to retake both the theory test and the practical driving test from scratch. So, if you are a new driver and you make this signaling mistake twice, your license is gone. You are starting all over again. And even if you are an experienced driver with a clean record, those 3 points do not just sit there silently. Your insurance provider will know about them. And insurance companies do not miss a thing. Even 3 points can increase your annual premium significantly. Some drivers have reported premium increases of hundreds of pounds or dollars after receiving just a small number of penalty points. So what might feel like a small mistake at a roundabout on an ordinary morning can cost you money every single month for the next 4 years. Let us also talk about the camera enforcement side of this, because this is something a lot of people do not realize. It is not just about traffic officers and patrol cars. Modern roundabouts in cities, towns, and major road networks are increasingly fitted with smart cameras that can detect whether a vehicle is signaling correctly. These cameras are not just looking for speeding or running red lights anymore. They are trained to detect signaling behavior, so even if there is no police officer in sight, if you go through a roundabout without signaling correctly, a camera may already have captured your number plate. Beyond the cameras and the officers, there is another reason to take this rule seriously: safety. Every time a driver fails to signal correctly at a roundabout, they create confusion for everyone around them. Other drivers waiting to enter the roundabout cannot predict what the circulating vehicle is going to do. That split second of uncertainty is enough to cause accidents. Roundabouts, when used properly, reduce serious accidents dramatically. Studies have consistently shown that converting traditional intersections to roundabouts slashes injury crashes by enormous margins. But that only works when every driver communicates clearly. Your signal is your communication. It is the language of the road, and from today, speaking that language correctly is the law. Now, I want to address some of the most common mistakes that drivers make at roundabouts, because knowing what to avoid is just as important as knowing what to do. The first big mistake is signaling too late. Some drivers wait until they are already in the roundabout to start signaling for their exit. By then, other drivers and pedestrians have already made assumptions about what you are doing. Your late signal confuses rather than guides. The rule is clear. Signal before you enter for left and right turns. Signal to exit as you pass the previous exit. Timing is everything. The second big mistake is not canceling the signal. Some drivers put their indicator on and simply forget to cancel it after they have exited. If your left signal stays on after you have left the roundabout, the vehicle behind you may think you are turning again or stopping. Cancel your signal promptly once you have exited and are traveling straight ahead. The third big mistake is using the wrong signal. This one sounds almost too simple, but you would be surprised how often it happens, especially in multi-lane roundabouts. Drivers get flustered, they hit the wrong indicator stalk, and they signal right when they mean left or vice versa. In a roundabout, a wrong signal is arguably worse than no signal at all, because it actively sends false information to other road users. Take that extra half second to make sure you have activated the correct indicator. The fourth big mistake is changing lanes inside the roundabout without signaling. This is especially dangerous in multi-lane roundabouts. If you need to change lanes inside the roundabout, you must signal before doing so, check your mirrors and blind spots, and only move when it is completely safe. Lane changing inside a roundabout without signaling is one of the leading causes of side impact collisions at these junctions. Under the new enforcement rules, this is also a violation that can earn you those 3 penalty points. The fifth big mistake, and this one is particularly relevant for new drivers, is not choosing the correct lane before entering the roundabout. The rule is simple. If you are going left or straight, use the left lane. If you are going right or making a full turn, use the right lane. But the key is that you must be in the correct lane before you reach the roundabout. You cannot enter in one lane and then drift into another once you are inside the circle. Decide your lane early, signal correctly for that lane, and stay in it. I also want to take a moment to speak to those of you who drive in areas with older, smaller roundabouts. Mini roundabouts, neighborhood roundabouts, small junction circles. The rules apply there too. Size does not matter when it comes to signaling. Any rotary junction, any circular traffic island requires the same correct signaling behavior. Do not assume that a small roundabout means small rules. The law is the law regardless of the size of the circle. There is one more scenario I need to cover, and that is what happens if you miss your exit. It happens to everyone. You are approaching, you get confused about which exit is yours, and suddenly you have gone past it. Here is what you must do. Do not panic. Do not reverse. Do not try to cut across the roundabout. Simply keep going around the circle and come back to your exit on the next pass. Going around a roundabout twice is completely legal and far safer than any alternative. When you come back around to your exit on the second pass, signal correctly just as you would have the first time, and exit calmly and safely. Now, I want to bring all of this together for you because I know it can feel like a lot of information all at once. But when you break it down, the new rule is really built on three principles: signal early, signal correctly, and signal to exit. If you remember those three things every single time you approach a roundabout, you will be protected. You will not be earning any penalty points. You will not be contributing to accidents, and you will be driving in full compliance with the law that starts today. The road is a shared space. Every signal you make is a message to everyone around you. Every correct signal you send makes the road safer for the driver behind you, the pedestrian waiting to cross, the cyclist navigating the junction beside you. This is not just about avoiding fines. This is about being the kind of driver who makes a difference on the road every single day. The new roundabout signal rule is not designed to catch people out. It is designed to create a higher standard of driving, to reduce confusion at junctions, and ultimately to save lives. But the enforcement is real, the cameras are active, and those 3 penalty points are being handed out starting right now. So the next time you approach a roundabout, slow down for just a moment. Think about which exit you need. Choose your lane. Activate your signal at the right time. Stay in your lane. Signal to exit as you pass the previous junction, and leave that roundabout safely, legally, and confidently. You now know more about this rule than most drivers on the road today. That knowledge is your advantage. Use it. If this video helped you understand the new rule, or if there is someone in your life who needs to hear this before they get behind the wheel today, share this video with them right now. A quick share could save someone 3 penalty points, a fine, and potentially their license. And make sure you subscribe to my channel. Every week I bring you the latest traffic law updates, driving tips, and road safety information that keeps you informed, protected, and confident every time you drive. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss a video that could matter this much. See you in the next one. Stay safe out there. And remember, on today's roads, one wrong signal could cost you everything.